I got a job as a security guard at a remote shopping mall. My shift is nearly over. Part 4. The black figures howled as they came closer and closer. They surrounded me just like the shadows had. I started feeling claustrophobic and I struggled to take breaths. Suddenly I got a dangerous idea. I debated whether I should do it or not, but as soon as one of the black figures touched me, I made up my mind. Their touch was icy. So cold my shoulder still feels numb. It felt like someone had spilled liquid nitrogen on it. I leapt over the edge of the railing. Even the black figures were shocked. They stopped howling as they watched me flail in the air. I landed hard on all fours and heard a distinct snap in my left ankle. I then collapsed further and my body thumped against the marble floor. Luckily most of my body broke my fall and absorbed the force, but my head still came down hard on the marble floor. My nose hit first, followed by my forehead. I'm surprised I didn't break my nose. I felt pain shoot up all through my head and I saw stars. My vision tunneled and narrowed. I was about to pass out, but I kept myself awake. My whole body was bruised and battered. The air was still knocked out of my lungs. I forced my muscles to work, but they only screamed in response. I heard the howling of the black figures again. Somehow this made me motivated to get out. I willed my body to get up. My entire body hurt like hell, but I didn't succumb to the pain. I kinda dragged my left leg and quickly ran to the security room access door from the first floor. Climbing the steps was like hell with my ankle and I was about to give up, but luckily I made it. As soon as I made it inside the security room, I dropped onto the floor and just lay down for a bit. My chest went up and down in an even rhythm as I thought about how I was going to get out of here. I checked the time on my watch. 3 a.m. The hands hadn't come from the walls, so it looked like I was getting a break from the routine walks. I rolled over onto my right side so I could lay out to my ankle and have it rest on the floor. Suddenly, a glint of an object under the table caught my eye. I reached my hand out and found out that it was a small lighter. I tried to use it and sure enough a flame erupted from it. I also found another knot under the table. I'll transcribe it here. Hopefully you have found this just when you needed it. Rule 10 is a risky and dangerous rule that should only be acted upon if you are under extreme danger and there is absolutely no other escape. Rule 10 has a higher chance of being successful in the later hours of the shift as well, which is why we did not give the rule to you immediately. We hope you understand our concerns. This lighter will help you access Rule 10. By the time you figure out how to access Rule 10 with the lighter, it will be the late hours of your shift and it will also be the optimum time to put Rule 10 into action if needed. Lemon juice is your best friend. I was so confused by the last line. Lemon juice, I thought. This was probably a code for someone's name. I started thinking about what lemon juice could mean when I heard the high-pitched beep once more. I looked up at camera 9 and saw the black figures surrounding me outside. Basically what I had just experienced was replaying on camera 9. The black figures came closer and closer, but in this tape, I didn't jump off. I stayed there and crouched low and put my hands over my head. The black figures started prodding at me. My skin melted with each of their probs and slowly rolled down like wax. Soon my organs were melting and rolling down. The last thing I saw before the screen fully went black was me slowly turning into a puddle of water. I dry heaved into the rubbish bin and had a few sips of water from the water bottle. I then picked up my phone and started searching for uses and other names for lemon juice. I needed to get out of here. Soon my watch chimed again, telling me it was 4 a.m., only 4 more hours until the end of my shift. I cautiously went outside and brought the lighter with me for protection. Taking a round in the mall this time was worse. It was a totally different experience. I heard whispers all around me. It was like someone was gossiping about me in one corner of the mall. They were audible enough to hear but not to understand. I caught mere syllables of the visibles, but when I did hear a word, it sent chills down my spine. Melts. Rip. Eat. Richard. I stopped when I heard my name. I saw figures in my peripheral vision. I looked sharply to my sides but saw nothing. They were always in my peripheral vision but never in my reach. I checked my watch. 4:10. I started walking back to the security room, when I saw a black figure right in front of me. It was of a deep black color. The color when there is a total absence of light. It was a mesmerizing color. Darker than the shadows themselves. It stood out. It looked like the total absence of matter, like someone had cut a human-shaped hole in space-time itself. I stared at it for a little too long until I realized I was closing my eyes. I quickly closed my eyes and blindly ran for the next shop. My already hurt ankle smashed against a shelf and I fell onto the floor. I hoped I was in a shop and I just lay still and prayed that I had made it inside the shop. I counted to 360 while lying still and waiting. Suddenly my eyes grew droopy and I felt extremely sleepy. My muscles all relaxed into a deeply relaxed state and my head was foggy. My mind urged me to relax and just lay down for a bit more. I opened my eyes and closed them again. My eyelids were too heavy. I think I just need a bit of sleep.